It was a Saturday afternoon that I first watched an episode of Kill Tony. It is a stand-up comedy which there is not only one comedian, but a lot of stand-ups ranging from a newbie to experienced. There's the host Tony and Redban, and they also invite some popular guests like Joe Rogan, Shane Gillis, and others which are not comedians, like Post Malone and Alex Jones. How the show goes is by Tony picking a random name in a bucket of names, and the pick comic will perform in a minute. When the minute strikes, a kitten meow soundbite will occur. If the comics take too much time, a lion roaring soundbite will then be heard. The comic will be stopped abruptly. After the comics piece is done, it is now time for the interview about the performance, his life, her hobby, what's in her life that's unique, what thinks he has something that's teasable. Kill Tony is a good show with a lot of fun, laughter, but also shame. Maybe cringe if you're like me when seeing someone getting teased a lot and not bantering back. Anyways, let me give you something the show showed me. The first episode of Kill Tony I watched was 672 with their guests, Trump and Biden. Their impressions of these presidents was so funny that I burst out laughing in the lounge of our dorm. Shane's impressions of Trump is so good and it catches me off guard when he does his scripts. There are two performers that got me as well. It was Giovanni and Jacob. Giovanni's was fun. It touches the difference black people and dogs, which is quietly intriguing. No, it's not. But it's funny anyways. Because of how awkward the setting was, also how the hosts react makes it funnier, and also how Giovanni himself holds back his laughter. Also how there are black guys in the back of the stage is also funny. That's why I like it. Just a mix of crude jokes, awkward moment, and the guy who just spits his bit and is what makes it funny to me. Jacob's performance also piqued my interest. He has malformed arms. He also said he has no butthole. His performance was nice. I like how he is confident in doing spit even though he was anxious performing. He was vulnerable about his conditions, which I think is what comics do. Use their platform to express themselves. Also, he's doing stand up for a long time and he loves it. More power to you, Jacob. Now, there's a comic that I really like watching in Kill Tony, and it's Casey Rocket. Casey Rocket is a great comic. I don't know how long he's doing stand up. He is not what you call a traditional stand up, I guess. He has a lot of energy on stage. You might mistake him of doing cocaine before performing. He does these crab walks. He uses all the space in the stage. His jokes are out of nowhere. You might even think that he has no structure in doing his bit, but maybe we are just too focused on his movements that we can't see his genius. The first moment I saw him is in Kill Tony 603, and boy, I was not ready. He was moving a lot, and he just threw these jokes like it was nothing. Like I thought inside his head, he has his antiques like moving a lot, showing a picture of Grimace on Berlin, doing the crab walk, si- singing the first line in a song. I think it's Nickelback, and yeah, just a generally fun bit he did. What he did was really great, and he has his charms of just a guy seemingly doing stupid things on stage like a boss. And maybe that's why everybody likes him. Now, for the part where I said this kind of uncomfortable to me, there's some of them. Mostly, it is when the host makes quips about the performer and the performer doesn't know how to respond to them. This happens after their 1 minute performance is up. Most of the time, the people who get clowned here are the people who did poorly on their act. And now it is time for the host for them to do their bits and interview them. I notice a lot of comic who is old that mostly do this is on to the comic. But then again, I guess that is the fastest way to make jokes. Since the show is about making jokes, they are just doing what they need to do there. I get it. I do that sometimes with friends too. But then again, I'm not from America, so I don't know if it's common banter there. Also, props to the 1 minute comics that can take it. Because sometimes the jokes coming from the host can be interpreted as just being rude in an offhand comment, just speaking out jokes to make jokes. But hey, it's just a joke and everybody wins. They make jokes, we laugh. Kill Tony is a wild ride. You know how the show is crafted, but you do not know what each episode will give you. Maybe one episode will mostly give you unfunny comics. And the next could be really unique and hilarious perspectives. I like how they do their shows. They let any jokes in as long as you're cool with others joking about you. So sometimes they go off script and they do random things like making two people marry each other and seeing people who have other comics have rivals as to who is the better comic. Seeing Kill Tony in person must have been a great time with the audience, being cool with anything, just there to have a laugh, not really getting triggered or canceling someone that's trying their best to perform and live their dream.